What is up, ladies and gentlemen? This is Ethan from PCJews here today. How are you all doing? This is a new series where I'm going to go through and analyze my own gameplay in League of Legends. I'm starting at Gold 5, 0 points. It's a great place to start. We're going to try to climb the ladder to Plat through this experience. In Champ Select, I'd like to let you know, so basically I picked Tristana first pick. I was going to go AD carry, and then they picked Karthus mid, so I decided that I was going to take Tristana into the Karthus mid because it's a great matchup and it's a good counter pick. I started with Doran's Ring and 2 Biscuits. I'm running Biscuits because my masteries are bad and I should feel bad, and that's basically it. So just what I'm going to be doing in the series is I'm going to be going through my gameplay, analyzing it step by step as much as possible, stopping whenever I need to, pausing it, bringing it into paint, drawing out scenarios, and really sort of coaching myself on what I should do. So we're going to go ahead and fast forward here to about 1 minute and 55 seconds in, because there's no need to wait on that. So I'm going to go ahead and give Master Yi a leash here. As you can see, I'm going to run into lane, and Karthus is here. Karthus, at the very beginning of the game, completely wrecks me. Like, he just denominates me with his Qs, because I didn't exactly know how to play the matchup. I've never actually done this matchup before, I've just seen it done. So as you can see here, he hits me with 3 Qs in a row, and I'm just low as hell. In this kind of situation, well, here, let's go ahead and rewind a little bit and look at that again. So, I'm right here, okay? And Karthus is here. He's going to move in as I'm taking this last hit, and he's going to start shooting Qs at me. Let's go ahead and grab this and go into paint, and let's look at this from a little bit a better perspective. So what I should really be doing here is my minions are here, and I'm taking solo damage once this minion dies, and I should probably take myself and move myself to right about here behind these minions. It would make him have to step forward so much that if he wanted to trade with me with a Q, that I could step forward at him when he was doing this motion right here and stepping to here. I could hit him with my E, which does a lot of damage. He'd be dealing reduced damage because he'd be hitting me through the minions, and I would probably win the trade with a basic attack or 2, which is exactly what I need to be doing, which is not what I'm doing, which is terrible. So let's go ahead and continue the gameplay. Oh dear, I'm absolutely brilliant. Minimize that. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get hit by a ton of those, which is awful. I should really be careful about doing that. I fall back into the minions, chug Biscuit. I guess you can chug a bit. You can't chug a biscuit, but see, I'm doing what I should be doing now. I just took reduced damage from that because it hit this minion right here, and I traded back damage with my E, which is a really good trade for me. I should also be trying to use my explosive shot like I did a moment ago, where I'm hitting the minion on the edge and hitting Karthus with those deeps. And one of the major problems that I run into in this matchup during this game specifically is that he just kills me in farm. And I mean, Karthus 1 is a very good farmer, and Tristana mid I'm not that great at, but like, I should have definitely handled that better. As you can see here, I'm standing in the minion wave, and I'm going to approach him here. You can see how little damage that does when it's hitting other minions, and he can hit me with 2, and I still win that trade. Like, that's exactly what I need to be doing. I can trade 2 Qs of his while I'm in the minion wave for one of my Es, and that's exactly what I need to be doing. I'm pinging, trying to get a little assistance here, because Karthus is pushing me into tower. I'm a little bit behind on farm, and that's just sort of what you should do. We'll go ahead and fast forward a little bit here. I'm just going to sit here and farm for a moment, ping that he's missing because Karthus goes Mia, and then we see him on the map here, and Master Yi has to flash over the wall. I start immediately running over here because I'm like, oh crap, this is going to be awful, right? So I ward over this wall as a preliminary caution, and then I'm going to get chased by Karthus. So one of the things that I did there was I wasted his flash and his ignite. One of the things I probably could have done better was knowing where they were more and reading their telegraphed pathing, but honestly that worked out pretty well for me. I missed a good bit of farm though. So right here, Master Yi is fighting the Wondrous Shaco in the jungle, and I flash in. So let's go ahead and review this and see what we could have done differently here, because that was actually pretty bad. I'm chugging a health pot, we're moving in, we're gonna go up and hit Karthus, we're gonna fast forward a little bit. Alright, so we're right here. Master Yi is almost for sure gonna die. Here, let's go ahead and take this into control print screen. There we go. Microsoft Paint. Awesome. Close. So basically, this is the situation that I'm in. I'm here, as you can obviously see. I'm gonna go ahead and grab the yellow, and I'm trying to get here. Master Yi is obviously going to die. He's tanking the wolves right now, which is probably not his best idea. If he, I'm just going to coach him for a second here, we're to move out and around to right about here and attack him, Shaco would as well be tanking the wolves, and that would be a better position for him to be in. I mean, there may have been no way for him to get there, but at the same time, you know, that's sort of what he should be doing. In this situation, I know Shaco's going to run up as soon as he kills Master Yi, which he's going to. I waste my flash and flash to here and then jump onto Shaco here. What I probably could have done was run up and around because Shaco's going to Q away. He's really low. He doesn't want to die from wolves. I could have run up and around, been about here as soon as he reached here, and then jumped over this way to kill him without wasting my flash, which would have saved my summoner spell, which is really important, obviously. We're going to go ahead and continue up the gameplay here. As you can see, I flash, I do all of that, and I get the kill on Shaco, which gives me double buffs, which is nice, and I get to clean up the wolves, which is an added bonus. Master Yi was very surprised that he died, but, you know, I guess that happens to you sometimes. My lane's a little pushed right now. Probably what I should have done was instantly recalled. This is just sort of wasted time. I've been watching a lot of Lash Shadow's videos, and he's actually sort of the inspiration for this, and he always says that inefficient recalls are things that kill low-level players, and that was a very inefficient recall. All I did was run up there and hit Karthus, almost get killed. Here, let me go back and show you that. So basically, I'm pretty low health. I'm gonna walk up into lane, miss that miss that minion, get hit by a Karthus Q, walk up to him, hit him with a Q, and then just W away, which is completely pointless. I'm gonna recall, go back to base, heal up, buy my amplifying tome, and start heading in for the DFG. Just so you guys know where I'm at with my rank right now while I'm walking back to base, or walking back to lane. I'm at gold 5, 0 LP. I went on a big losing streak. I was in gold 5. I downgraded from gold 4 to gold 3 when I went to France and California because I wasn't able to play for like a month and a half, which was a big downer for me, but it all worked out in the end. So here, Karthus goes a little hard on Master Yi. I jump in on Karthus, go ahead and do some damage, and I get my second kill of the game. The thing about Tristana versus Karthus is I really want to win by mid-game. That's my utmost priority. If I can win by mid-game, I'm going to probably win the game, especially the lane. I mean, not necessarily the game. It depends on how well you snowball that into the rest of the game, but that's sort of your goal is to win the mid-game. Right here, I'm just going to go ahead and push the minions. Karthus is dead. And the problem is, the thing is with AP Tristana is it's very hard to freeze. With your, blasting shot, I think is what it's called. I don't remember what it's called exactly. I just missed that cannon. That was oh so terrible. With your E on always, with its passive, you push the wave so hard that you might as well purposefully push, in an attempt to push the wave even faster, because you're not going to be able to freeze it very well. So yeah, that's sort of an issue that I run into, and I don't know exactly how to handle that. Another thing that I need to get used to on this champion specifically is last hitting. I sucked at last hitting, and I missed tons of cannon minions and things just because I didn't know my basic attacks. I should probably utilize my W more. It's only on like a 9-10 second cooldown, and I should probably use that to last hit. I was going bottom there, which was wasting time there. You're just going to clear the wave and back. And Karthus was pushing my wave, so I missed a part of a minion wave because I made an indecisive decision running down here instead of running straight to my lane. Karthus is still here. He's level 6. I'm level 5. I'm about to hit level 6. I just missed that minion because I'm brilliant at clicking. And now I'm level 6. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to play super aggro. I definitely have the level 6 advantage. I jump onto him there to get some harass with my W. It's on a 13-second cooldown right now. My E is on a 10-second cooldown. I'm going to be able to jump on him in a moment here with my ult and ignite back up. I noticed that my ignite was on a 15-second cooldown, which is exactly what you need to do. You need to be very aware of your summoners. I'm going to re-jump on him here, ignite, ulti, and he's gone. One of the mistakes that I made here, though, was staying around a little bit too long. I should have instantaneously jumped as soon as he died. Here, let's go ahead and look at that real fast. So, right here, I'm about to go in and kill him as soon as my cooldowns come up, and we'll pause right here. So, as you can see, let's go ahead and bring this up in paint. I have 652 HP. Karthus' ult at this early in the game does about 280 damage because he hasn't built much AP yet. I'm standing right here, and I should have the mana and the W up. I should instantly jump back into my minion so that he can't hit me with his Qs, and just in case Shaco were to come, which he does. If you watch now, Shaco runs into my lane and hits me with a crit from behind, which does about 150 damage, takes my health down enough after standing in the Karthus E, and I die from his ultimate. That was a misplay on my part mechanically, and I should definitely try to correct that for next time, because it's such an avoidable death, and that's exactly what I'm trying to do here, is sort of learn from my own mistakes. Let's go ahead and fast forward here, going back into lane. Master Yi is stealing their blue. Bottom lane is actually getting killed quite a bit. Their Caitlyn's pretty ahead, which is exactly what we don't want, actually. Caitlyn was my biggest worry with Aatrox here. I knew I could kill Karthus, and I knew I could insta-kill Shaco. But if Caitlyn were able to avoid me with a Banshee's Veil, which I don't think she built this game, which was her major mistake, because that's one of the big downfalls of AP Tristana. But if she were able to avoid me and get really fed, then we would probably lose the game, which is exactly what I don't want, obviously. Sitting here and farming, this is a bad mistake that I'm making. I'll show you when the Rave resets. So basically, what I need to be doing is zoning Karthus off of this farm. He's ahead of me in farm. I'm at 30 farm at 9 minutes, which is god awful. Okay, so let's go ahead and stop here and show you guys what I'm talking about. Oopsies. Alright, I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. I'm standing here hitting this minion, as you can see. And that's all fine and dandy, but not really. What I need to be doing, Karthus is here, okay? His minions that he's trying to hit are here, and what I want to do is I want to be standing right about in this area on the outside pocket of these minions, maybe even here, really, because that way he gets the shared damage on his Qs. That way I can be in jump range for Karthus and have that kill threat. If I have the kill threat, he can't get into these minion range, he can't get his Qs off, and he can't kill the minions and get nearly ahead of CS as he did ahead of me, which is exactly what is really the only downside to this lane right now. That's the one thing I really need to be fixing. If I can stop him from CSing, I have kill pressure, I have my ult up, I can probably kill him. If not, I can burst him down so low that he has to leave lane. So that's really where I should be. I should either be right about here or right about here, depending on ward coverage, which I don't have one down. That's another thing. I should probably place this down in this brush right here, hug this bottom side so that Shaco can't come in, and keep that kill pressure up on Karthus, make him choose between the minions and me. And if he steps close enough to Q me, I can probably kill him. I'm going to go ahead and continue here. You can see I'm missing last hits left and right with these explosive shots, which is exactly what I don't need to be doing. And just fair warning about this commentary. I mean, it's my first time doing this. It's an extended length commentary, so if I stutter or fail to say something correctly, misspeak, etc., I'm incredibly sorry for that. I will definitely make sure that I try to not do that in the future. I am doing this for the first time, and it's actually really difficult to do these long-term length commentaries. If you've never tried one before, it's sort of hard to understand, but talking like this for an extended amount of time without a script is really difficult. And yes, I could make a script, but that's incredibly complicated. Right here I have the kill pressure, and okay, let's go review this. This is definitely a terrible play on the Tristana's part, aka me. So he's pushing in his wave here, and what I'm about to do right here is I'm about to jump at him. If I had, here we go, if I had my preferred position, which is right here, like I was saying, when Karthus steps forward, I, instead of jumping to here, would have jumped onto him right here and been able to kill him. I instead was hanging back, which is an incredibly stupid idea. I have the kill pressure, I have the advantage in the lane, and I should definitely be taking more advantage of that than I am. As you can see, I jumped from right behind these minions and completely missed him. And that was awful play on my part. My Ignite's on a 50-second cooldown now. I know that I can kill him with Ignite, 100% for sure. No shadow of a doubt. I don't know if I can kill him without it, but I know I can get him out of lane at least. But with my Ignite up, it's a 100% kill pressure kind of thing. As you can see, I'm sitting back in my minions, which is just so stupid. He's getting so much free farm just by queuing. And that's the big mistake I made here. I could have snowballed this game and won so much faster and so much easier had I just abused the advantages that I had built up early game with that 2-0 start and double buffs. As you can see, I'm missing my jumps here. There I did kill the minions, and I forced his flash because he's retarded and flashed, even though I had absolutely zero kill pressure. But I could have played it a lot better. I could have gotten the kill there. I could have been pushing my advantage more. And that's one thing that you have to notice. Like, even in these situations where you're winning, I mean, obviously in situations where you're losing, there's things you could do. But even when you're winning, there's things that you could do that would have won the game easier. And when it wouldn't have been so easy to win, I just misclicked that, you would have won. And you would have actually won because you had done those things differently. Had this Karthus, let's say, been better, I would have needed to play at a higher level in order to win this game more handedly, which is something that I need to work on for my, future Tristana play, which isn't something that I'm going to do that much. They have bottom pinked. I'm sorry, I just hit my microphone. They have bottom pinked, which is incredibly important for me to notice. I need to start roaming down there as soon as possible and really take advantage of that. The bottom lane, I'm pretty sure that Caitlyn at this point is almost 5-0 or something crazy like that, and I need to take care of her. I jump onto Karthus there with my W, Ignite, sorry for the voice crack, I'm an absolutely beautiful person, but I jump onto her there, and, I jump onto Karthus there as Tristana with my ultimate ability and kill her. So bottom lane roams up here. I didn't notice that Karma had signaled that enemies were missing. She came up, she jumped in, she hit me. Here, let me go back and view this and see what I could have done better, obviously besides noticing the Karma Mia. So as soon as I see Caitlyn right here, this is my primary issue. She's gonna walk in and flash onto me like that to get the stun off. Had I, at this moment, not that moment, this moment, no, we're just gonna go here. Had I, right about now, realized that she was on my map, or even here when she appears on my screen, flash in this general direction, I would have saved myself so much hassle, and I wouldn't have died. Because the main problem is that she hits me, and then Caitlyn hits me with her ultimate, and I get insta-killed. We're going to go ahead and fast forward a little bit here, back to where I'm alive and back in lane. Karthus is level 9. He's got the Roa built at this point. I'm administering a little bit of threat here, which is what I should have been doing the entire time, walking at him in lane. Master Yi was there, which is probably why I was a little more confident, but I need to be more confident always. I'm 4-2 at this point, 51 farm at 12 minutes. That's my major problem, CSing with this champion. I'm missing my basic attacks all the time, as you just saw there. I missed one, which is unacceptable, and if I continue to do that, I'm going to fall behind more and more. One thing that a lot of pros talk about, Last Shadow talks about in his guides, etc., is that CS is definitely more important than kills, and objectives are king. Objectives over CS, over kills. And right here as AP Tristana, I'm sort of prioritizing kills, which, I mean, isn't not what you're supposed to do necessarily, but I'm supposed to prioritize farm a lot more than I am, because I could definitely, with better play, have the same amount of kills and way better CS than I do right now. My Darius is actually doing really well top lane, which is awesome. He's overleveled on me. I'm throwing E's at the Karthus here because it does a lot of burn damage over time, and I'm trying to whittle him down enough to where if I get the jump on him, he's gonna insta-die, and I'm not even gonna have my Ignite up. There I secured the cannon minion with my W, which is what I probably should have been doing the entire time. The only problem is I haven't placed my trinket this entire time in either one of these bushes. Had I placed it in the bushes, I would have had a lot more security using that jump because I would have known that I could hug the bottom side of the lane in order to not die from Shaco, which has been a recurring problem, really. Ganks have killed me. I probably would have seen Annie coming on a ward, actually, had I had one up. The bronze plays are basically, you know, not warding. They always say ward. Here's another situation where I'm playing way too far back, I'm playing way too pussy for my advantage, and I, yet again, failed to kill him. This is a recurring problem, as you can see, and it's just not working out well. I could probably be roaming bottom right now. My lane is kind of pushed, but at the same time that Caitlyn is fed and my lane is kind of pushed, I'm distracting Shaco from going bottom and wrecking it more, and I have Karthus at half health, which gives me a lot of kill pressure. I just ulted him there, which probably wasn't my best decision. I didn't land my jump, but I did probably knock him out of lane, which is, I guess, worth, but it would have been a lot better had I landed my jump, which I probably would have had I had the better positioning, like I've been talking about this entire time. Positioning is key with AP Tristana, I must admit, especially when playing into such a hard counter pick. Always be poking with your E's too. Even in lane as an AD Tristana, I noticed that a lot of Tristanas don't use their E nearly as much as they could. They don't really need the mana, especially as an AD Tristana, and it's a great way to poke down your enemy. A lot of people in lower elo notice that they say that Tristana doesn't have a lot of poke, which she really does with her E, but it's just not utilized. I haven't leveled my Q here, and some people might find that curious, but I find on AP Tristana the Q is really sort of useless unless you get an early-ish Lich Bane, etc. Because with the Lich Bane, it does help because you can get the procs off on your abilities, but without the Lich Bane, it's sort of useless. So you don't really use the attack speed, you don't have a lot of AD, and your AP isn't really scaling into your basic attacks in any way, shape, or form. Let's go ahead and fast forward here till I get back in lane. I pinged that Karthus is me. He ulted and got a kill bottom lane. My bottom lane's getting absolutely wrecked at this point. Excuse me. The Caitlyn's 5-0 if I'm not mistaken, which is crazy. That's terrible. I should have dealt with that earlier, to be completely honest. Here I land on Karthus, I DFG, ult, W, E, etc., and I insta-kill him, which was awesome. I knew that Shaco had recently been bottom, if I'm not mistaken. or I had seen him on the map in some way, shape, or form, so I wasn't afraid to use my W, though it was a little risky, to be completely honest, because I didn't have immediate pressure. As you can see, Shaco took a little bit to get there. It was roughly 10 seconds, and he was coming from, I think, top jungle, not bottom jungle. That was my mistake, originally saying that. Bottom lane is getting pushed. Caitlyn is 5-0. Life is hard. I'm going to go bottom lane and try to kill Caitlyn. The only problem with that is the Darius TP's in and puts a lot of pressure on bottom lane because he's scary as hell. So I don't get to go there, and I wasted a lot of my time. I probably should have noticed that Darius had knocked down his tower, and he was probably going to TP bottom lane because that's exactly what we want to do. I was walking up in these bushes here, actually. You'll notice I was walking up in the bushes because I was trying to be sneaky, and if Caitlyn were to stay under the tower, I didn't want her to feel threatened, because Darius wouldn't be necessarily threatening and Karma wouldn't be, but if I was there, she might back off, and I wanted to kill her. Dragon is up, which is exactly what we should be doing. We just got bottom pressure. We should be taking it immediately. I'm going to help push bottom tower here a little bit, while Karthus pushes my lane in, which is sort of unfortunate, but at the same time, not too terrible. Here I see Shaco. I'm going to go ahead and jump on him, immediately kill him without my ultimate, which is really useful because because I didn't use my ult, I'm going to have it for later in the fight. I do take a good bit of damage though, which is unfortunate. I have everything up minus my ult, which is not good because my ult is really valuable. I actually kind of would have wanted that blue there from Master Yi. I'm going to stay over here and wait for the Caitlyn to miss position and immediately jump on her and shut her down because she was 5-0. She was wrecking our team, and she's my priority target at this point, especially with that 500 shutdown gold. That's going to help me so much. Here Lucian backs in a really awkward place, and that's not great, and it just sort of it leads to his demise. He probably should have backed behind the line of teammates, especially when we were so pushed up into their jungle when they could easily come out of the base and just jump on him and immediately kill him. My ult at this point is at a 35-ish second cooldown, which is pretty low, so it's going to allow me to really denominate them. I'm going to push in mid here. We have top tower, we have bottom tower. My team should definitely be prioritizing mid. I'm going to go ahead and jump on Trist here, or I'm going to jump on Caitlyn here and immediately kill her. I saw Annie coming up, but I really wasn't that worried. I knew I could immediately kill her, and I knew I would get my jump reset so I could jump back over. I sort of baited her into it. She didn't know exactly where I was. She was thinking, he's probably not there, he's probably mid lane because my team was pushing mid, but in reality I was waiting in the bush there, which is exactly what you want to do on AP Tristana. You want to go ahead and really assassinate out of the fog of war, because it's your advantage. You can insta-kill people and then immediately get in an escape. There's very few champions who kill someone and then get their escape back because they got that kill. And with that beautiful power, oh, and my escape actually does a ton of damage, which is another upside. But with that power, I need to really abuse that, because I can jump over gigantic walls. Here, I'm going to go ahead and ward. Here, wait for Caitlyn. And this is where I really messed up. I missed my jump, and then I went all in. I'm going to get jumped on by Shaco, ulted by Caitlyn. Karthus ult comes in, and we die. We were getting top tower at the same time, but you really want to avoid that kind of stuff, because with that happening, it's just going to set you further and further behind, which is exactly what you don't want. Fast forwarding here, Lucian's running away from Caitlyn and Karthus. He just killed Karthus, which is awesome, but unfortunately he was really low. He did get away though, which is awesome. I rotate bottom here. I'm trying to get my farm up from that just awfully low number that it was at earlier. And as I try to, he comes in and takes it, but I have 120 farm at 21 minutes, which is pretty awful. Fast forwarding here a little bit to blue buff. I gather that. Master Yi is gonna start shoving top lane. My team's gonna gather mid. My goal here is trying to catch someone. We're gonna go ahead and fast forward a little bit to where the fight starts. So my goal here is to immediately jump in, kill her, and then jump out, which I don't do. I don't immediately W out, which gets me killed. I'm getting basic attacked by Caitlyn there, take too much damage, and then die from the Kratos ult. Lucian gets a double kill there, dies, but they're doing Baron, which is a crazy maneuver at 23 minutes for this team comp, especially when we're dying, but they do actually end up getting it, which is sort of nice. It wasn't, I think it was worth. We did lose 3 and a mid tower, but we did gain 8k worth of buffs on we gained a lot of gold worth of buffs on our teammates, and we got global gold. So I'm gonna go ahead and shoot for worth there, though that was a little bit of an iffy decision. But we were up in tower, so it wasn't too bad. It wasn't too terrible. Fast forwarding here, we have Baron on 2 members. We're gonna go ahead and take their blue buff. from inside of their base, push bottom lane in. Here, we'll go ahead and observe the map here. There's one showing top lane. We have our entire team in the bottom side of the map. We're going to push bottom lane in here, trying to force the Aatrox to rotate because we don't want them to take this tower. I'm going to ward over here, hoping that they'll try to run in and flank us, but they don't. What I am going to do, though, is because Darius was pushing mid, I'm going to rotate in onto the Krathus and immediately jump in on him, get that kill, and then he's going to die. Here, I do survive. Luckily, Karthus did not have his ultimate ability. If he did, I would have definitely been dead, which would have sucked. And you didn't see that here. Let's go just rewatch that beauty, this fat-fingered flash. Here we go. I hit the B key and flash. Beautiful. Next, 1 second. It needs some commemorating. Oh, we should definitely pause that. But we're just gonna say next level flash. Beautiful. We're gonna save that one to my desktop. That was just pure beauty. I did save that because it hit me in the goods. Here I was deciding if I needed to get the needlessly large rod or if I needed to build into the Seeker's Arm Guard. I was going to sell the cloth armor, and then I decided it wasn't worth it, and I was just going to push out to the mid. I'm 9-4-3 here at 25 minutes, got pretty crappy farm, but oh well, my team's pushing top lane. I'm going to go immediately to the mid lane because we're trying to pull their pressure off, and it's good to have a 2-lane push going. I know that I can kill pretty much anybody on their team, so I'm not really worried about that. I can insta-kill almost anyone. I'm using my Q here to push. I did unlock it, obviously, because I eventually have to. I run out of abilities, or I could just leave it completely out the entire time and say, fuck that. But no, I'm not actually going to do that. I see their entire team here, which is sort of nerve-wracking. If Annie had flash there, she would have instantly killed me. Karma's getting chased. I'm going to go ahead and run up in an attempt to catch Karthus. Karthus stops chasing. Okay, so let's go ahead and survey this in a minute. We have our team running up mid. Their team is all right here. Caitlyn is pushing this wave. Annie's here. She's going to come in and ward this. She has stun up. She's a big threat with stun up. My Karma's low. She's going to run in, instantly die to the Annie, which is absolutely brilliant. I'm going to run up here, try to get that jump reset, which I do. Jump into the middle of the team fight, kill Karthus, and that's where I mess up. I don't jump immediately onto the Annie. I would have insta-killed her had I jumped. So let's go ahead and re-observe that play. So we're going to jump in here. We're going to immediately hit Karthus with our W, ult him, or E him, and ult him, which is going to kill him immediately. Now, my W is reset right here. I didn't mean Annie, by the way. I definitely meant Caitlyn. Had I, at this point in time, here, let me go back and show you. Had I, right after this, boom, shakalak, kill him. Had I right here jumped onto Caitlyn, we would have immediately killed her. My W does a ton of damage. Yi is queuing onto her. We would have gotten the Aatrox into his passive, and Karthus is almost out. We would have at least killed Caitlyn and made this a much easier fight. Our Lucian's getting chased around by Shaco. One of the things I did improperly in this fight was prioritize people like Annie on their team. Instead, I should definitely be prioritizing Shaco and helping Lucian out, because Lucian is a big source of damage, and he has issues dealing with Shaco, who's an assassin. When he goes in on to Lucian, Lucian has to run away. He can't fight him. The clone just does too much damage, and we actually talk about that in chat. Lucian, man, you can't be back there chasing Shaco. Dun dun dun. No, he definitely can be. You just gotta not be an idiot and peel for him. Running, not chasing. I'll blow him up from now on, because he does a lot of damage with his clone, you know? He doesn't want to face tank. That's an obvious thing. That's probably well advised. We're going to go ahead and push up mid here. Walk into their jungle. What I'm trying to get him to do, let me explain this. So we see their entire team here. They're sort of battling our team. I don't want our team to actually fight, but I want Master Yi to push top so that they try to fall top to stop him, and I jump out of one of these bushes and insta-kill them. Unfortunately, that doesn't work. Master Yi falls, but we do kill one of them, so we have the advantage innately anyways. Karthus hits me with a lucky Q over the wall, which was annoying because he gave away vision and it did 300 of my health, but oh well. We're sort of regrouping here. We put a ward over the wall, which is exactly what I need. This is going to be next level Tristana plays. I'm sitting here doing absolutely nothing, which is brilliant. Probably sending a text message or something of the sort. Alright, so I see Shaco on the sword. I'm going to jump over, insta-kill him, noticing that my Lucian had troubles with him in the past, while my team is pushing the rest of the tower. Shaco's dead now. Lucian has less of a problem to worry about, especially once Krathus dies. Though, unfortunately, Lucian does get hit by that Q and has to heal. He still survives the fight, which he probably wouldn't have had Shaco been alive. We get the inhib there. Super easy. I'm going to go ahead and block this out so that Karma doesn't die to that, or anybody else doesn't die, because my entire team was too low to tank that, minus maybe Yi. And then we're going to go ahead and run back in base. I probably should have recalled earlier here because it was an inefficient recall, but I'm actually sort of glad I stayed. So my Master Yi goes for the dragon, and in this situation, alright, we're going to wait a second, and awesome, right here. So, noticing here that the Caitlyn just hit. She's gotta be in this general vicinity, right? I'm imagining that their jungler is right about here. No, Shaco's here, excuse me. I'm imagining that their other player, I forget who it was, is right about here. But I'm imagining Caitlyn's here, and I want to stop that dragon as soon as possible. I know they don't have smite. I have my flash up. What my play is going to be is flash over the wall, and immediately jump to here, insta-kill Caitlyn, and then try to get this person off, letting the dragon reset. If it can reset up to full health, as you can see, my teammates are coming to back me up. He has to back, but my teammates are coming. So my goal here is to stop them from doing the dragon. I think that's the most optimal play because we don't want them to get that global gold and attempt to make sure they can't come back. Aatrox, that's who it was. So I immediately jumped in, insta-burst the Caitlyn, try to do some damage to Aatrox, get him low enough that he can't finish the dragon, and then my team can come in and try to back us up. So here a problem is Yi actually didn't back. It's a very inefficient recall. He goes in here and dies to the Annie, but luckily my my Lucian kills the Shaco, and that way they can't dragon. He's going to go in here, chase a little bit too far, get the Annie, die to Karthus. It's not really worth. He gets the support kill on the AD carry, but you're also feeding a Karthus who's a late game monster, which is a bit of a problem for us. Here the super minions are pushing the base. Darius is going to walk up in here and start banging on the towers. This has, like, no health left, which he just sort of ignores for a moment and then eventually goes in. He's going to pull the Caitlyn in here, Q, blah blah blah, boom, Shah kills her, and doesn't get his ult off. But the main point, we have both Nexus towers down, we have inhibs pushing. That's the power of super minions, boys. Minions are the best. They are literally Jesus. So, you know, we're gonna make a pretty silly call here. So Karma goes in, gets caught by the Shaco, puts a ward down in here, or I think she was trying to put a ward down in here. Shaco's gonna walk in, Aatrox is coming up from down here, and let's observe the situation. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and bounce off of him a couple times. Karthus wall comes in. We know Karthus is there. I'm going to hide in this bush. I'm going to go ahead and wait for my ward to come off cooldown. Ward this over the wall. Now, what I'm hoping for is I'm hoping they're going to try to take their red buff, because I'm hoping that they're going to be like, oh no, they're going to take it. They have pressure in our jungle. I want them to bait the Baron, so that's why I'm pinging over there. Now I notice Aatrox here. He's going to go ahead and lead that into the bush. I'm going to go ahead immediately jump onto him, as you can see here. Hit my E, and ult. That's going to knock him into his passive 100%. My only problem here is that I don't get my jump reset, so it's really not smart for me to focus him. I now have no abilities to kill Karthus. I should have Zonia'd earlier probably, but still, what happens, happens. If I gotten my E off there, I definitely would have killed Shaco, which would have been much more optimal. Luckily though, Aatrox is low and doesn't have his passive, so my team has a much better chance in this next fight. We're moving in here. Annie is ult down, Aatrox is passive down, Shaco's really low, they obviously can't Baron. We have super minions pushing into their base, which are about to threaten the hell out of the Nexus, which is exactly what we want. Shaco has to back. I mean, maybe they could have Baroned because he would have healed or something from it if somebody else had tanked it at first, but they had to back to stop the super minions because they were going to start destroying their Nexus. I'm trying to get them to bait the Baron. I think they want to do the Baron, actually, which is not the best idea. That's why I'm pinging on this bush over and over, trying to get them to come and bait this with me. So here's the situation. So we're going to go ahead, walk in here, start the Baron. We're going to do lots of damage to it. We have a Master Yi with Feral Flare. We're going to grind this thing down. It's already really low. I didn't even think we were actually going to do it, but we did. So, okay, let's go ahead and observe this situation and what's happening right about as soon as the Baron dies. So we're going to go ahead and pause the video now. Master Yi just smote the Baron, which I'm glad because he got the kill. Let's go ahead and bring this into Microsoft Paint. Paint is awesome. Resize. Nope. Can I zoom out? I want to zoom out. Zoom out. Zoom in. We're just gonna take it. Anyways, so okay. We see that Caitlyn is here. We see that Karthus has placed his wall on me. I have the Krathus debuff here, which means he's going to do dick tons of damage. Annie's in here, has her son, is focusing him. Master Yi is focusing these two up in here. My goal immediately is going to be to kill Karthus. My Lucian is here, who's also in danger and is taking this exact same debuff. Karthus is going to do a lot of damage to him, and he's my main priority to save. So I'm going to immediately jump on this Karthus here to kill him. My next immediate priority is going to probably be to either clean these up with resets or jump on her as fast as I can to kill her. I'm probably going to have to blow a lot of resources though. With my ult and W and E and Deathfire, I know I can kill Karthus all the way down. The only problem is I'm going to be on no cooldowns besides my jump. I should probably use my Zonias a little more often. I didn't actually use it that much. So I missed my jump here, which was absolutely brilliant. I pushed Karthus over there, hit my E, get that off. The only thing is, because I missed my jump, I had to use more cooldowns than I wanted to, and Caitlyn got a little close to killing me, but we did luckily get away. There, we insta-killed them, aced them, which is beautiful. Move up in here for the win. That's GG. There's no way they can come back from this. They have like 50-second death timers. We're going to go ahead, kill the inhib here, like you can see here. Boom, 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 pow. Beautiful. Attack the Nexus and end the game. So if you guys have any recommendations for what I should do better on this in the future, go ahead and let me know. Golden Tristana in the base. If you have any recommendations for these live commentaries, let me know. I hope you enjoyed, and we're going to go ahead and hop into the outro. Peace. Hey guys, welcome to the outro. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, go ahead, leave a comment, like the video, subscribe if you want to see more of these in the future. I plan to make this a series. Go ahead and click on that video down below showing the Planetary Annihilation series. It's a really fun game, and it's something that I've been working on, and I think you guys will really enjoy it. Feel free to go check it out on Steam. Planetary Annihilation is the game. The other video, I don't know exactly what it's going to be yet, but you should definitely check that out too. Subscribe to the channel to obviously see more content. Wes will be posting soon, probably some RuneScape videos. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you next time.